Boom! More exposing of Team Evil. This little cockroach claims that it's his property, YouTube, that no one can say anything. What a lying demon.
So, I'm gonna try not to get too spiritual here. I'm going to try not to, unfortunately, be able to express myself too much on here, because I don't feel like I can anymore without being completely mocked and ridiculed. But there's something within me that is this fiery passion to expose things that are truly wicked and to tell the truth that I can't deny. I especially can't deny it when I am continuously facing these evils. And I don't want to shrink myself. I don't want to be something I'm not. But I'll just say this. There is spiritual warfare going on. I'm not going to talk about my personal beliefs anymore, like at this moment in time. Especially not in regards to whatever you may call God. I'm just not going to go there anymore. I've been completely torn apart in so many ways. And my connection is my own connection to have privately. And it's a connection with myself as well. And I faced a lot of hatred, and I didn't manifest it. How can you say that we fucking create our reality? I'm going to try not to curse, but again, that's me shrinking myself and not being my true self. But how do you say everyone manifests the reality when everybody is actively manifesting their own reality that probably doesn't align with yours, most likely? And so these people want to say, it's your fault, you're the victim. You're playing the victim, you're in that victim mindset. They try to gaslight you. I really see when those things are said, they are completely and utterly cruel and sadistic. They're said in a way to totally gaslight you. When you're not playing the victim by expressing yourself and the things that you have going on. If people do not care, they can move along. They can go elsewhere. But no, instead, these narcissists, these psychopaths, sociopaths, dark triads, want to come at you even harder and abuse you even more. And again, they all say the same thing. I got thrown off by reading the chat. My camera is off for a reason. I don't want my camera on. And a lot of these people, I don't even know who they are. For all I know, they could be bots. So right now, I am not engaged with that unless I actually see somebody that I know, or you could give some kind of proof to me that you're not a bot. I mean, this is the sad reality of this fucked up place that we are in. It is getting so disconnected, so brutally isolating for people that even when you're at your wit's end and you go to the point of, putting something online to express to the world, to see if there's anyone out there that can relate, you will absolutely be judged and ridiculed for it. And there's always sounds or things going on that disrupt my thought processes. And I was just going to go with the flow. This is very off the cuff, me just speaking about what I'm dealing with, and it is so profoundly disturbing. I don't care if people are saying that I'm playing the victim. You can project that and anything you want onto me all you want. I really do not give a shit, because I'm here to say you are not the victim. It is not your fault for expressing yourself and what you have been through. These people that are abusing you need to take accountability. That's the problem. They want to point the finger and say you're the problem for even having a problem with how I mistreated you. You're supposed to, from their perspective, you're supposed to just take it. But you can't even dare say anything back. And I'm fucking fed up with it. People say, just ignore evil, just ignore all of these things going on. And it just boggles my mind, especially for those who have actually been through this. Or everybody's been through trauma. Everybody's probably been abused in their life. And I just don't see what is the point of gaslighting people when they are literally going through it and they are at their wits' end. They are ready to fucking leave. And we have people that are saying, when are you going to do it? And encouraging it of others. And I'm supposed to just say that, like, oh yeah, like I'm just supposed to ignore it continuously after years of this? I don't even want to say anything specific about any of these people because, again, these beings try to put fear into you, but they also love the attention. They love it whether it's bad or good, and they are baiting me once again into their bullshit. Okay, everybody left. I'm glad. Because there's just people that I don't know or bots just in the chat. It's just, like, I am only recording this as a live to express myself. And because I don't have enough room on my phone to record an actual video. And if I want to private this and just keep it as evidence of what I'm going through in real time, then great. Because I'm exhausted. I am just so fucking traumatized by this place. My mind is just completely dissociating at this point. I have a lot of other things that are going on that I don't even discuss on this place because of the nature of how people are. There are people that will actually mock and ridicule the death of your animals or your loved ones in general. That's just so sick to me. I could never fathom doing that even to my worst enemy. Somebody that either considered me their enemy or I just considered them like someone I never want to deal with. I would never dream of saying some of the most abhorrent, wicked, vile shit that is spewed out of these people's mouths. And their energy, the essence that they put off, the energy does not lie. And I gave way too much of the benefit of the doubt to a lot of people who never deserved it, who never deserved to speak to me even once. I wish I never spoke to these individuals. I wish I never interacted. A lot of them, as you will know, if you are in the know, these people will act like they're actually very caring and loving people to you. And they will pretend and they will put on a really good show. And that's just not how I operate. Who I am is who I am. I am being true with my empathy, my sympathy, the love, and the respect that I give. And I don't need to be forced to bend over to people who are abusing me. And they don't like being called out. People will say, well, that invites, more of the abuse to come to you because you address it. And it's like, yeah, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you don't address it, they just keep doing it. And if you do address it, they keep doing it. But you know what I noticed? They kind of do stop for a little while. Because maybe their conscience, not that they actually have one, but they know that there are and can be actual consequences for what they're doing legally. So I find it very interesting that a particular individual took down a lot of videos and hasn't put them back up yet, but everything's been recorded, everything, all of it. None of these cowards can hide. But when somebody has made video after video, post after post of constant cyber stalking and harassment of people to the point that they want to self-exit, and they take down a lot of their content, what does that tell you? Not that they care and they feel guilty. They know that they could actually be caught in some really fucking deep shit and should be behind bars for the constant stalking and harassment of others. Plain and simple. It's insane how little people actually care about this. It's insane to me how little people are actually doing anything about this or bringing any kind of voice. I mean, I know that there are, but there needs to be more of it. Because this is happening constantly. This is going on relentlessly to people. People are being psychologically tortured. There needs to be more advocacy and more people saying, look, this has to stop. This is not okay. You don't get to say sick, vile things to people and constantly stalk and harass them and mock them and ridicule and smear campaign and twist everything that they say. It all goes back to, like, no matter what you do, these people will find fault in you. They will call you the attention seeker when all they do and all their behaviors are attention seeking. They will bait you. They will do all kinds of crazy shit just to get your attention and for you to react. But say, oh, you post a video of your pet, or you post some art that you made, or some dance that you did, or some music you made, or anything at all of any expression of yourself, these people will come in and be like, oh, look, they are an attention seeker. Meanwhile, they do the same exact things, but they don't actually really produce anything original. And if you know what I mean, like, these people are face stealers, false animators. Nothing about them is genuine or authentic. And once I know, I want nothing to do with you people. I want you to leave me and everybody that I love alone. I've said this so many times and it will not stop. I had wrote out this entire thing, and I wasn't even going to bring this up because I was like, oh, this is something that anyone that really dislikes me would love to hear. But it's like that whole, people always talk about different things happening in the Matrix, like noise campaigns or something weird happening that's taking away from you telling the truth. Even like getting exited out of here. If you come to some sort of knowledge or you create something that actually benefits humanity or anyone at all, you will be taken out for speaking the truth. Your life will go to hell, will go to absolute shit if you actually speak the truth. And I'm at a point now. I want to be that type of person that I'm kind of all over the place, but I want to be that type of person that actually walks the walk and, truly, in all possible ways, lives what they say, which is truth. Truth is my God. So I want to be truthful. I don't want to say things that would harm other people. I'm not going to be trying to be rude about it. But I do get a little bit testy or like just at my wit's end when there are people that want to be called she and her, but they are absolutely disgusting towards women and saying that they would grape and murder them if it prevented them from having a pregnancy. And I'm supposed to bend over to you and say, yes, miss, ma'am. Yes, she and her is allowed to say that, but that is disgusting. And no woman, no decent woman would be like, oh yeah, I would do these acts to women if it prevented them from having a pregnancy or anything at all, or just to a woman at all. Like a woman wouldn't be. I know that there are all people of any sex or gender that can be absolutely cruel and sadistic and even murder their own sex, but this is like some crazy shit that I really think that brings a shame to trans people and that community when you have people saying things like that. That is just unreal. And there's a video of this on my channel. In fact, I'm going to show it right now. I'm going to keep showing these things. I'm going to keep exposing this shit as long as these people continue to harass me. I don't give a fuck anymore. You have caused so much immense pain. I'm not going to become like you, but I am going to warn people that this shit will never stop until somebody actually stands against this and doesn't tolerate this shit anymore. My phone, my other phone is about to die, but I'm going to record this from my other phone. I wasn't sure where this whole live stream was going, but I'm actually so dissociating and so hurt right now that I'm just going with the flow of what I'm truly feeling right now. Like what I want to express. I thought about some of the things that I wanted to express, but after that whole post, what I was saying earlier, it completely, I probably wasn't making sense because I kind of skipped around my brain. But I was saying I made a whole post earlier and it got completely deleted. It got completely and utterly deleted because I copied it and it wouldn't paste. But I keep having to talk about this stuff because it just is so disturbing to me. I'm getting threats against my life, bodily harm done to me, saying that they're going to hire somebody to off me. I've tried to seek mental health help and none of these therapists cared. And I'm not going to even go on into that because these dark triads will take all of that and twist it. And even just me saying that, there's going to be something said there. But I think the world is becoming less empathetic, less caring, less loving. And there's just basically a lot of soulless beings walking around that are completely psychopathic in nature, have no empathy. Like, if you have no empathy, I don't want you anywhere around me. Period. I really don't. To me, you are not a spirited being. If you go around and lie about people and say that they have mental illnesses that they don't, that you're not even qualified to determine, before you say anything negative, you go on and on attacking a person when they told you to stop and you refused, then yeah, you're unsympathetic, unempathetic. There's something definitely wrong there. You're not respecting boundaries at all. And honestly, I don't blame some people for biting back and having enough of it. But we can try to tell people things in a kind way. We can. I think that should always be the first resort. We should always try to say things in a respectful manner. What I was trying to say earlier too was that I want to walk the walk of speaking the truth as much as I possibly can, whenever possible. Like, I want to be the most honest person I can be. There's just so few people that are walking around on this planet or this realm or whatever you want to call it. There's just hardly any people that I feel that are truly honest with themselves. And I admit to myself that I haven't been entirely honest. That's in itself a form of brutal honesty. And why I didn't want to get into the whole talking about religion or any spirituality or anything like that. I don't want to go there because I am here to want and try to be there. I want to be there, but I'm doing my best to be there for everyone, like regardless of whatever faith you have or in anything, and whoever you are. Like, if you're different from me, I don't care. We can talk, we can communicate, we can engage. We don't have to hate one another. But these people that are truly evil, they don't want to hear your side of the story. You have to agree with them on everything. You can have no opinion of your own. It is insufferable to be around these people, because people that I love that are even close to me, like, we have disagreements on things. Something could be their total honest truth to them, and I would be like, no, that's totally not my truth though. I don't find that to be the way to go. I think it's a huge misconception that we should just ignore evil. It'll just go away. Don't do any precautions, don't do any prayers, don't do anything to fight, evil. Just let it, basically, like, what they want. And I'm not trying to speak this into existence, but they just want that shit to keep going on and attacking you. Like, people don't understand. People think that just because I'm speaking about something, that it's like inviting it into my life or making it real. No, this shit is very real. This evil eye, all of that negativity being thrown at you is very real, and it can cause people to actually want to end their lives, when normally, if that wasn't being done, yeah, life is shitty as it is already, but they probably wouldn't be at that extreme point. With the energy attacks, it's very real. I mean, I've made so many posts about this, and I'm just basically crying out into the void that I hope people actually care about this, that these things are really going on, and I want people to protect themselves. I want them to feel loved, and, like, even if we don't agree, like, you have your truths, I have mine, and we have, things that, how am I trying to say this? I think it's a sign of maturity if you can, like, truly love a person and respect them. Obviously, mutually, they would do the same for you, ideally, but you could just, like, love a person even if they have differences. And sometimes these attacks that are by these people, it comes from inferiority complexes that manifest themselves as fake superiority complexes. That it boggles my mind that they don't see it, because If you truly felt really amazing about yourself, if you truly loved yourself, you wouldn't have to put other people down. Now, I'm not talking about the people that bite back once they've been fucking psychologically tortured for years and say something in regards to reactive abuse. They're experiencing reactive abuse. I get it. You might say some things that you might regret. We all do, if we're truly honest with ourselves. And if the Wetiko or whatever this type of energy that inhabits people, if it, it's real, which to my understanding and experiences it is, then by all means, like, I know that there is a spiritual warfare going on. There's something working in that person that is against me. And again, I'm not gonna take it out on them because they have something going on, and I'm going to forgive them because it's not my burden to carry. They can take up their own actions and their behaviors and the things that they do to people. Whatever you want to call, there's a judgment day, whether you think so or not. I really think that there is. I want to say I know that there is. I don't think that this place would make sense if there wasn't. And if there isn't, then so be it, then I'm wrong. But it's just, other people have said this before, it's almost as if this shit's allowed to continue, to see how people will act and treat others up until the very point where they have been given every single chance to turn around and become better and they haven't, then yeah. People talk about not liking karma, or karma can't be real, or so many good things happen to, bad people, so many bad things happen to good people and all this. Like, I definitely feel conflicted about that as well, but I do think there's just something going on that we can't comprehend in these human bodies, in this consciousness, that one day when we do exit, it will all make sense. And I'm really trying to overcome the fear of dying and death in general, and just detaching from this place more and more as I possibly can. I got a little bit sidetracked as I was going to show this video. And I've showed it before, but it's just completely... this is the person that is continuously telling me to off myself, is harassing me. I know this because every time I make a post, even if it's not about any of these people, I'm getting sock accounts after sock accounts that are just absolutely fucking unhinged. Oh, there's the camera. Okay, I want it to face the other direction. Saying this about my dog that died. Try to clean off my phone a little bit. So, saying this about my dog that passed away. Do you think that person loves animals? Misogyny never ends. Misandry never ends. Racism never ends. All amounts of hatred just exist. They just keep going on. Because people choose it. That's what their free will choice is. They choose to be like this. What a bunch of rage bait, low vibe bullshit. In regard to, what was that post about? This was, I don't have the app on here. Let's see, this was a post about... Hmm. I guess I posted it before this. Oh, yeah. This was a post about this. This was rage baiting. Apparently. Redo, or whatever. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. But, yeah. The XX. Obviously, you could say that they're, you know, I don't want to misspeak on what that is about, but basically promoting, you know, women's rights and protecting women, the XX right there. But let's not get wrapped up in that. Let's read what this says. This article by that organization, or whatever you'd want to call them. They cover a lot of this stuff. Says they can reveal that a German trans-identified male who trafficked children for rape was given a lenient shit about. Before I leave this place, this is a space where people are not to be mocked and ridiculed. Dysphoria, but I just can't stand behind that fully anymore now that I know what it truly is entailing. And I have been so stifled with my voice, like people trying to silence me and gaslight me, that I'm at a point now where I just don't give a shit, and I'm going to say what I need to say. Before I leave this place, I think it's only fair. I should have the right to say what needs to be said. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to have here. Why do I need to respect this person? You know, these people in general, but I'm trying to get to the video. Oh, hey, Squirrel Sniper. Good to see you. We are more than we suppose ourselves to be, Squirrel Sniper said. That's so freaking true. And I appreciate you saying that. I know that is very true. And this is why I don't want to be concerning myself with these matters, but I do want to say I'm here for people. I acknowledge it. I acknowledge the abuse is going on, not just to me, but to others. And this, if you want to mock and ridicule me calling this a safe space, I don't give a shit. This is a space where people are not to be mocked and ridiculed, dehumanized, or anything of that nature. Like, that's not happening on my watch. Not here. Not on my platform. On my property. This is my... It's YouTube, but